Oh yeah, good morning guys. So welcome to this session. I know it's on Friday, Saturday, so people might have come from Friday movies and parties, so it's quite difficult to join. Still, you have joined, so thanks a lot for your time, and we make sure it's worth. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this one is more about chatbot. So what is chatbot? Chatbot is a digital service that can hold natural soundings conversation with a human being with the aim of accomplishing particular tasks such as answering question. It's more vague answer. In simple term, what how we can put it up is like it's a machine, it's a program what we write which will be interacting with a human being in a natural language which can respond to a human being. So this is a simple explanation for chatbot. So the chatbot, so what's the need for chatbot now? So if you look at this current technology, if you're calling to any customer care, so you'll be dialing particular number, you'll be reaching out to customer care people, you'll be talking to them. Now then it got changed. So automation came into picture. So the human being is replaced with that recorded sound. So people will be interacting with the recorded sound. So you have to press 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5. So depending on that, you'll be getting an answer from them. Then again, so that will be a like tedious process and it will be irritating process because if you wanted to know the option of 9, you have to wait for the machine to speak till 9. So then only you'll get to know what is the option of 9. Then you have to press 9. Then you have to interact with it. So now once the chatbot is implemented, so you can interact with any time with any question you can shoot it at any point of time. That's the advantage of chatbot. And this is how the chatbot evolved. So the initial first chatbot was developed by MIT professor. He named it as Elsa. So which is basically it's a simple rule based. So how he developed is like kind of a single word. If I'm passing it, the program will understand what are he prepared one more list of words. So if it matches with any of the list of words, then it will try to communicate with that user. This is the response you are getting it for that input what you pass to me. So this is it's a simple rule based chatbot which he developed. Then people started evolving on top of that. Then AI came into picture. So in 1995, they introduced artificial intelligence with chatbot. Then IBM Watson has introduced on 2006. So this is a big change in AI industry. So once Watson came into picture and they made a big success, then all the companies started investing a lot on chatbot as well as on AI. Then Google invested a lot, then Facebook, then Microsoft. So now everyone have their own messaging services. So, what are the key trends like why chatbot has emerged and what are the other accelerating point for chatbot now? So, where we are right now, emergence of artificial intelligence. So, the AI is a buzzword now. So, each and every company started investing a lot on AI and they started doing a lot and lots of research. So, that's one of the main focus on it. Then, mobile has become a primary channel. Now, everyone holding a mobile, so it's easy to reach out to people through mobile. And social networking and messaging apps. So most of the people are in social networking now, all are using messaging apps. So earlier the communication would be like people will reach out to human beings, it's like they'll interact directly. Then phone came, then my email came. Now everyone is chatting through message apps, so no one is interacting human to human, there is no facial conversation now. So messaging apps are playing very big important role now. Then serve yourself. As I mentioned earlier, if I want to talk to a customer care service, initially I had to talk to a human, then recorded voice. So all these came into picture. Now they wanted to reduce the cost and they wanted to automate everything over there. So the customer can help by themselves. If I'm just asking something, I should get help immediately. So if I wanted to ask to do it also, if I'm saying it, okay, do this, the system should able to do that. So everything is like serve yourself. That's the main agenda right now, which is focused right now by all the companies. Then surpassing of messages over social networks. So instead of interacting with multiple people, everything can be done through messaging apps. So we are in that intersection of all these key trends. So this is the major area why the chatbot is accelerating now. And chatbot messaging apps, like right now even chatbot, if you're developing it, and where do you integrate it? So that should be integrated somewhere. So generally the initial evaluation they were integrating with website. So once you log into a website, so people will there will be chatbot will be pop up, then people will be interacting with the chatbot. Now everyone started integrating with messaging apps, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or name it, all the messaging apps we can interact with chatbot. So like for example, let me give an example here. So initially when I go to hometown or somewhere else, so I used to book bus tickets. So what happens is I'll just book it through their website. Then I'll get a mail confirmation. If you want to know where the bus is, then I have to dial the driver number. Then after some point of time, then I got a message from them. I got the GPS link, so where I can track my bus where it is. Now what's happening is in my WhatsApp, they are sending me the link for chatting with that driver or chatting with that chatbot, so that I can interact with that. Like I can get to know where the bus is, what's the number it is, and later point of time, if I wanted to book some other ticket to later date point of time, then I can book it through that particular message. So everything is communicated through a chatbot. So people are like everyone is using messaging app now, so it's easy to reach out to people through these chatbots. And there is a survey. So by 2020, the average person will have more connection with bots more other than their spouse. And messaging apps. So this is the latest trend now. So 65% of customers prefer using messaging app when they're contacting business, and 50% consumers would make purchase through messaging apps. Over 50% customers expect business to be available 24 cross 7, because even if you're calling customer care may not be available after point of time. You have to wait for the next day. Now we can't lose a customer in that way, so it should be available all 24 cross 7, and people are not going through all the apps and browsing through that and booking a ticket. No, it's not happening now. So they just want to interact with someone, they wanted to get it done. So that's the main reason. So people are integrating chatbot with messaging apps. So the rise of chatbot. So the recent survey is saying so 47% of jobs which will be replaced by AI. So again, there is a debate is going on. Few people are saying no, AI is not going to replace human beings' jobs. Some people are saying no, it will be replacing. So don't trust people who is saying like it's not going to replace. It's going to replace. And AI is already reached almost all the places, and it's going to reach everywhere. So 47% of jobs are going to be replaced. At the same time, there are some other job openings which are going to emerge. So who will be developing that AI solutioning? So those are jobs which is going to emerge. So all these blue collar, white collar jobs would be gone. So in future there will be no collar jobs which is going to come. On top of that, plenty of companies, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, all the companies are investing a lot on AI. And one more trend which is evolving now is like ethic AI. So few people are saying like AI is like which is not good for society and it's not secured. So companies now started investing on how do we make it like in an ethic way. Even the government also started doing some regulation like what how the AI should be. So they are implementing some rules. So everything's in place now. So AI is going to be there. So we have to update ourselves. So if you are still doing all our old codings and all jobs, like still like it would be very difficult to survive in later point of time. So this is the time. So this is the time where we have to wake up and we have to update our skills. So this is a chatbot market right now. So 2014, this is a trend. So chatbot they have implemented for multiple domains: healthcare, banking, travel, retail, e-commerce. So right now in 2018, you can see the trend, and what will be the trend for 2025. So there will be huge opening for chatbot, and there will be plenty of opening for chatbot developers. And these are the key benefits if you are using a chatbot. So the customer satisfaction would be more, and that we are giving different experience to customer, and it increases the sale and the employee tools. So employee tools, for example, if you're working in any company, so if you want to have some, if any problem with your laptop or something, you'll be raising a ticket. Again, the ticket would be diverted to someone else, and he'll be taking the ticket and he'll be working on it, he'll be fixing it. Now that part people started automating that. So RPA came into picture. So again, once you have a ticket, then that should be assigned to a proper guy, and that's happening manually right now. So how we can automate the entire process? For example, if you have a chatbot, you don't need to open it. You don't need to send a mail to them, or you don't need to open the ticketing tool. You need to fill multiple forms out there. Open a chatbot, just say this is my issue. So chatbot will pick it up. It will find what kind of issue. It will do the analysis, what kind of issue it is. It will raise the ticket on its own. It will push it to the tool. Then RPA can be integrated with that. Then RPA can take it and it can process that ticket. It can fix your issue. So all these employee tools also can be automated. And one more thing is the deeper customer insight. So this is also playing a major role here. For example, if you are introducing a particular product in a market, so they wanted to know the sentiment of the product. People are liking it or not. So people used to say when I'm interacting, if I'm keeping a human being in a customer care service, so he'll get to know what the customer is asking. He can understand whether he is what kind of mood he is in. Depending on that, he can change his sentence, the way how he's speaking, he can change it. So the same way he can get to know like what customer is looking for it. So the same thing cannot be replaced by chatbot. That's what people are saying. But again, that can be done if you are integrating sentiment analysis on top of it. So whatever you are interacting, so whatever sentence you are giving, so the NLP and machine learning is smart enough. It will try to understand what kind of sentiment it is and whether you are liking that product or not. It will try to find the sentiment. Depending on it, can give the response. Again, the same conversation data can be stored in future analysis. So you can do another further analysis on top of that. You can change your product. What are the customers expecting? You can add few more features on top of that. So these are key benefits if you are using a chatbot. So what kind of use cases? So you name it any industry. For example, I want to check my account balance. I would like to order a TV. I would like to book a flight ticket. I want to schedule my food delivery in another half an hour. So any industry, if you look at it, so these are the questions generally come up. So all these kind of use cases can be solved through chatbot. And types of chatbots. So what kind of chatbots we can build? So one is data bot. For example, you have a database. I'm a employee, I'm working in a company. I wanted to know what's my leave balance. So in that case, generally what I need to do is I need to open particular links, then I have to check what is my leave balance over there. Instead of that, if I have a chatbot, if I just type it what's my leave balance, it'll be fetching the data from the DB, it will be giving it to me. So those kind of data bot can be done. And search board, for example, if you want to search something, so I no need to open a Google or something. You can talk to a chatbot. You can tell what do you want to search, it will search and it will give you the display over there. And info board, shopping board, everything can be built. And the chatter bot also, it's evolving now. So for example, I have seen one of the chatbot recently which can give you jokes. For example, if you wanted to know, okay, can you tell me some jokes about Trump, can you tell me some jokes about Obama, it can give you these are the jokes which are available now, it will show the jokes. So all these kind of chatterbot also, it's very famous now. So these kind of chatterbot also can be embedded with your Facebook or with your WhatsApp. So we can integrate with that. So whenever you're getting bored of it, you can chat with it. This is the basic architecture for chatbot. So this is the place where we develop chatbot, and the middle layer bot framework could be done. This is the middle layer where we'll be writing all the integrations, and cognitive service where we'll be understanding what kind of response, what kind of data we are getting it. For example, through chatbot, if I'm saying hi, how are you, the machine should able to understand hi, how are you means what it is, what language it is. It should able to articulate that. It has to understand, it has to respond back. So all these cognitive service would be written in the back end. And for example, if you want to integrate with your third party system where you want to fetch data and then you have to display it, then you can integrate with the backend system as well. After that, once the entire chatbot you have developed it, then you have to integrate with some other third party tool. For example, if you want to integrate with Skype, if you want to integrate with Facebook Messenger, if you want to integrate with Twitter, so all this integration also available. So you can integrate your chatbot with any of the messaging services. So this is the basic architecture for a chatbot. So the entire like in depth knowledge of it, so we'll be covering it up in the sessions. So what is natural language processing? So natural language processing is nothing but, for example, if I'm speaking something, so the machine should be able to understand what I'm speaking. So depending on that, it will be giving back to the response in a way what I can understand. So all these things are done in a backend coding. So the computer to perform the useful task with a natural language what human uses. The input could be either text or speech. There are multiple APIs also available. When I'm speaking it, that same speech can be converted into text. The machine will understand the text. Then it will give the response for the text. Again, the same text can be converted and can be given as output as a speech as well. This is a messaging platform right now which is available, which can be integrated with chatbot, Facebook, Skype, Twitter. There are plenty of messaging platforms we can integrate that. And these are the chatbot development tools which are available. Louis, Google API.ai, right now it's called Dialogflow, Watson. There are plenty of chatbot solutions available, and everything is integrated with the cloud service. For example, if you want to scale up later, it's like you are developing a chatbot, you want to leverage it for 10,000, 20,000 users. In that case, we need to that hardware setup should be there. So it's always integrated with the cloud, so you can deploy it in the cloud. So Amazon Web Service is providing services for that. Google is providing. Bluemix is giving. So all these cloud services also it can be integrated. So right now in our session, we'll be focusing more on Dialogflow. So why Dialogflow? What is Dialogflow? So Dialogflow is an open source which is given by Google. So it works on natural language processing in backend, and backend it supports with machine learning and NLP processes. So again, this is again interlinked with Google Infra, Google Cloud. So you don't need to worry about the scale up. So just develop a chatbot over there. The scaling up and everything will be taken care by Google. And one of the important point why we are going for Dialogflow is it's free compared to all other chatbot solutioning. Is it's free. If you are taking enterprise solution also, it's pretty cheap. So yeah, so Dialogflow can support 14 languages. So there are plenty of languages. Again, it's evolving. So daily, day by day, they're including some other languages. So it's up right now. It supports for 14 languages. The accuracy is really good, and it's leveraging with their cloud. So we no need to worry about that scaling part. And yeah, if you're developing a chatbot, you can deploy the chatbot across any of the globe region. So you can deploy it across the geographic. Yeah. Let me keep the mic nearby. Yes. So there is a dialog flow architecture. So the user can pass an input. So input could be audio, or he can type it also. The same text can be taken backend. So the query would be generated. Intent and coding would be done in backend. So once we have it, so again, if you want to integrate with any of the third-party API, you can integrate with that. You can get response from there. If you have a DB, you can get the details from the DB. You can get it back. Then the same thing can be converted into actionable items. Whether you wanted to give it as a text or if you want to give it as a audio, you can convert it over here, and the same can be given as a response to user. So all these things are happening in a fraction of seconds. And integration. So generally in all other Google like chatbot solutioning, so all the integration we need to develop it. So you should know Java or any other coding languages. But in Dialogflow, it's just one click. So Google is providing integration, free integration for these are the apps which can be integrated. Just you need to enable it. In that case, this chatbot, whatever you have developed, it can be integrated with any of these apps. So it's pretty simple. And these are the customers right now for Dialogflow. So the McDonald's, Singapore Airlines, Benz, so they are using Dialogflow now for their chatbot demo. Let me show the demo. Yeah, sure. So this is a simple chatbot which I have built it sometime just 10 minutes back to show a demo. So yeah,
Sorry, Sundar.
can
Yeah, now
uh,
we are able to see your
yeah.
screen.
So using Dialogflow, I just built this chatbot. So just simple one which I have built it to show the live demo. So I'm just typing hi. Uh, so this chatbot I have built it for a particular education system, like who's giving like online sessions. So my question is like, so I'm just like what kind of courses there are. So we have online course, Java, .NET, Robotics, AI. So yeah, let me take Java. What's the cost for Java? So it's 500. Okay. So this way we can ask any question to it. Well, it's 8 hours schedule. So this way you can develop a chatbot. So this is one of the example where I am going to integrate this chatbot for education website. So you can take any use case, you can build your own chat flow, then you can do this coding in a chatbot solutioning software. Then you can integrate with the other apps. You can deploy this particular chatbot in your website. You can deploy it in your Facebook page. You can deploy it with your Facebook Messenger. You can deploy it in your WhatsApp. So all that can be done. Even can be integrated with Twitter as well. Yeah. So this course is
Yeah.
not only about chatbot. So to understand chatbot, we should know what is AI. Again, chatbot is not simple like Q&A. So it's not going to, okay, I have asked this question, I'm going to give this display response for that. It's not going to work in that way. So backend they have integrated NLP and machine learning algorithms. So for that, we should understand what is machine learning, what is deep learning, what is NLP. So all these things also we are going to cover it as part of this session. We are not going in deep, but people should able to understand, okay, these are the things we are going to use it. Then what is a chatbot, what are the terminologies, what are the use cases, what are the real time examples, and then we'll be starting up with real development. So using Dialogflow, we'll be developing a chatbot. So I'll be explaining all these frameworks and what is Dialogflow, all these terminologies, and how do we build a chatbot. So at the end of the session, so you can build a chatbot, you can integrate with your Facebook, and you'll be building a chatbot for weather update. For example, if you wanted to know what's the weather in Chicago. What's the weather in particular place in Canada? If I'm asking it, like it can give me response what is the exact current weather. So in that case, we need to integrate this Yahoo weather or some other weather API with our chatbot, and the same thing can be integrated with your Facebook. For example, if you are traveling somewhere, if you wanted to know check your weather in a particular place, you can type, okay, what's the weather over there? So it will give you a response. So this chatbot will be developing as part of this course, and there'll be some assignment would be given at the end of this course. Yeah, so this is the total course content. And if you guys have any questions,